Hey everybody, some gadget guy here. So CBS just released their first look trailer. It's an extended run trailer, about 6 minutes long, for the new CBS for the Supergirl series. It's going to be coming out soon, and the internet is up in a tizzy, and there are a lot of ruffled feathers. And I can't say I necessarily blame people, but I'm also not going to jump on that bandwagon, at least just yet. So I just wanted to share some of my thoughts as to why I'm not throwing fisticuffs at Supergirl right now. So, first of all, I think we can all admit that in this day and age, especially with the controversy that we just went through on the Avengers and how Black Widow's character was handled, that we're a little sensitive about how we treat our female superheroes. We've gone far too long not having a good Wonder Woman property. Black Widow, again, there were some touchy issues with how her character was handled in Age of Ultron, and now we've been looking at what the DC universe is going to focus on, especially after the success of shows like The Flash and Arrow. We want to see a good female superhero join those ranks. And we had high hopes for Supergirl, especially with the commercial success of Man of Steel, even though it's not my favorite comic book movie. Please don't flame me in the comments for that. So when you go through and you watch that first look trailer, that 6 minutes of video, I definitely agree with people's criticisms that the trailer is portraying this as being a very wacky romp through a goofy, adorable girl style, almost romantic comedy style setup. Even just the tone of the trailer is very rom-com-y, with the very first interaction with Supergirl involving a male coworker asking her if she wants to go out on a date, and she gets all guffawy and goofy. But here's one of the issues I've had with where DC has been taking their franchises of late, especially following the success of The Dark Knight. I really feel they've learned the wrong lessons from Batman, making everything dark and gritty and edgy and dark. And did I mention that it was dark? Because I guess all superheroes need to be dark and edgy and gritty. Oh, did I mention gritty? Because they all need to be dark and edgy and gritty and edgy and dark. And that's not true for all characters. If we approach all superhero characters that way, we're going to very quickly burn out our attention span for superhero films. And being a fan of this media, I think we don't always explore the wide range, not only of characters and situations and storylines, but then also of audiences. I remember it's not too far. It's not too far in the past that we had really adorable shows based on some of these characters that were fairly successful. There are a generation of people whose main interaction with Superman as a character was probably informed by shows like Lois and Clark. I think it's okay for us to explore a wide range of superhero media and superhero adjacent media and superhero storylines. It's why I'm such a big fan of The Flash. It's a little bit lighter in tone, it's a bit brighter, it's a bit goofier. They have a talking gorilla. I think that's rad. It's cool that Arrow's super dark, it's cool that Daredevil's super dark, but if I don't have a Flash or Guardians of the Galaxy to balance out those scales, I get really bored really fast with muted, dull, gray, brown tones of video that all look like they were trying to rip off Gears of War. So, while I think this trailer does a terrible job of pulling select scenes from a pilot, and again, also remember, usually first episodes aren't that great. Getting us into the tone of the show, introducing us to all the characters, it's a lot of expository crap that we have to deal with. And they're pulling 6 minutes of footage from that. Unfortunately, they're probably pulling the best 6 minutes, but I really hope that they've got plans over the course of a full season to expand on what this character is, especially as what we're seeing in this 6 minute preview is a lot of that coming into her power style situations. And that's another thing that I think Man of Steel has robbed of us for the Superman mythos, in that we no longer have the fun, goofy, affable Clark Kent who is the way that Superman, Kal-El, hides his true identity. Remember, Clark Kent isn't the real person. Clark Kent is the alter ego. So if we don't have something like that, that really fun dichotomy between someone who can be goofy and clumsy and adorable and then morphs into a powerful beacon of hope, a shining symbol, a powerful entity, then we've lost something in that DC universe. We've lost something really interesting. I mean, I think we've lost something really precious. And I really hope that's some of the things that this show will explore, especially as in the Man of Steel movie, we've already lost out on the discovery by Lois Lane, finding out who Superman really is, finding out Superman's true identity, who this Clark Kent guy is. That to me was a cornerstone of the Superman storyline. Superman's too powerful a character to make all of his storylines just fighting. You know, if that's all we get from DC storylines is just badass fight scenes, then we're not really going to care. It's just going to be a lot of sound and a lot of fury, a lot of explosions and a lot of buildings collapsing and a lot of planet ending doomsday devices, but none of it's going to mean anything if we don't have some really great interpersonal stories to mix in along the way. And this is where I see we could have some really interesting potential for Supergirl. Yes, I know it's a little insulting that we're sort of tapping this as a rom-commy romp through superhero land. But if we could catch into some of the fun, just some of the flavor that we used to experience with shows like the original TV Flash and Lois and Clark, that bring a lighthearted edge, something a bit brighter, something a bit more fun, then I think we could be in for something really cool, especially if it's backed up by the same production team that is giving us Flash and Arrow. That could be really exciting. So that's my long-winded rant. This is why I'm not going to jump on the Twitters or head to the Google's Pluses or write a really furious blog post about misogyny or something like that. Is that I'm going to sit, I'm going to wait and see. So I have my pitchfork at the ready, and I do have a torch. It's just not lit yet. So if we get through like the first episode or two of Supergirl, and it turns out that this is all they're going to serve us is gooey, dorky, affable, gosh, all golly shucks, you know, putting a powerful female figure into a weakened position role, I'll join you guys. I'll grab my pitchfork, I'll light my torch, and we'll storm the castle together. But until that time, I'm going to sit back because I really feel that the DC universe could use something a little bit brighter, could use something a little bit more fun. And if that's what Supergirl's role is in this greater endeavor, then I'm going to say kudos. I'm going to be on board. But I really want to hear from you folks, especially if you folks have seen the trailer, the preview. It's 6 minutes long. I don't even think you can call that a trailer, but I'll link it below this video so everyone can go and catch it, go and check it out, see for themselves. But drop me a comment down below. These are the kind of conversations I love getting into. Do we think that, you know, this is just another problem with how studios treat superhero female characters? Do we think that this might be a stepping stone into getting us more mature content, focusing on female characters, powerful female roles? Definitely drop me some comments down below because I think this is going to be a really interesting discussion over the next couple of years. As we start to run out of all of the big, heavy, snarly dudes, we're going to have to start exploring other characters and other audiences. So folks, as always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe for more wacky vlogs like these. And I would not be able to continue producing on this channel if you all weren't sharing my videos on social sites like Twitter and Facebook and Reddit and Google+. So please keep bringing more cool people to the party. Hit that thumbs up button, and I will catch you all on the next video.